Oliver, what's your thoughts on the 401k? Good question. So it varies depending on your age. So for someone young like you, my preference is to contribute to a Roth IRA or a Roth 401k. However, if you have a match, if your company gives you a match, I'm a big fan of that. I think you always get the match. But it's not quite that cut and dry. A lot of it's going to depend on your whole financial situation, but for the most part, if you have a 401k that you can borrow against, that you can get loans from, meaning you're not just going to throw thousands of dollars at this 401k and it's going to be locked up until you get fired or you quit, you have to have some way to access it. As long as you have some way to access it, then I'm 100% supportive of at least getting the match and maybe doing more than that, because you can always borrow from it and have your dollars do multiple things in that case. If you don't have access to it, then I would question whether to contribute to it at all. The match would have to be really good to at least get the match. So, but 401k overall, it does serve a purpose, and that purpose is to reduce your taxes. It gives you a place to grow your funds in the stock market almost exclusively, but at a reduced tax rate, right? You get to reduce your taxes. When you're young, you don't really need to reduce your taxes because you're going to be paying a lower, your marginal tax rate is probably the lowest it's going to be in your life. So at that point, you want to be funding a Roth where you're going to be able to have 50, 60 years ahead of you of untaxed growth. It will never get taxed after that. You're going to pay the tax right up front, and then it's going to grow tax-free. So you don't have to worry about it in retirement. We don't know what the tax rates are going to be in 50, 60 years. So let's remove that from the equation. Once you start to expand your income and you start to get into a higher tax bracket, then you may want to do a 401k and roll the dice. Take your chances that maybe in retirement you'll be able to have a lower tax bracket somehow. But otherwise, I'm a big fan of just paying the taxes, do your investing outside of that.
I hope you found value in today's video. If you'd like to find out more about IUL and whole life, check out these videos right over here, and we'll see you next time.
Now go maximize your cash flow.